Hello and welcome to Delta College Impact. I'm Roger Waller, your host for today's program. And on today's show, we're going to talk about money. All right, now that I have your attention, what we're going to talk about is financial aid here at Delta College. And we're going to talk to you about how you might qualify and how we can help you to attend college here at San Joaquin Delta College. So joining me on today's program, I have two guests. I have Michael Kearns, who's our Director of Outreach and Enrollment Services. And I also have Ina Hull, who's our Director of Financial Aid and Veteran Services. Welcome to Impact. And Michael, let me talk with you first, because you're the Director of Outreach. You might as well tell us a little bit about what that covers.
Basically what we try to do is find ways to increase the college's presence out in the community, whether it be at high schools, middle schools, or other sites within our service area.
And I know one of the keys is it isn't just high schools that you try to reach, because when we talk about Delta College, it's a very diverse population.
Right, so that's why we develop programs where we go into the elementary, middle schools, as well as the high schools, like you mentioned, and then we're out at different places within the community, whether it be a fair throughout the community, and we'll have the college well represented.
Oh, that's great. And I know, Ina, financial aid, even though we only charge $11 a unit here at Delta College, is still a very important part of our program. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the services that your department provides?
Certainly. Many students have a misnomer because the cost of education for the tuition enrollment fees are so low that they don't need assistance, but the real cost traditionally comes in books and supplies and the cost of living while attending school, so your room and board costs. So we take a look at all of those costs and those components. And so the financial aid programs that we offer primarily include our federal grants, which include the federal Pell Grant. We have work study programs designed to help students also work part-time on and off campus, as well as in promoting the new Cal Grant program that the state of California has expanded this past school year. So our efforts right now are trying to get the word out, get students to understand that they need to apply early, because the Cal Grant deadline has a March 2nd deadline every year, and we want to make sure that students are aware of the opportunities and they can get the financial assistance that they need to get through school.
And I know that's really the goal, is to assist our students to help complete college. Because I know, Michael, as you go out and work on your outreach activities, I guess cost does come up as you talk to students.
And that's one of the things that we try and do, is try and educate students as well as their parents and families in the community how they can afford and how they can come to Delta College. We do a lot of collaborative programs with financial aid where we go out and work in tandem, as well as other departments on campus.
And I know, Ina, one of the big questions is always, as Michael I'm sure finds, is not only the cost of attending college with our fees, but it's those support costs that enter into it, which would be books and maybe even daycare. How does the college help in those areas?
Well, we have a variety of programs and services to do that. We work very closely with the student to find out what their financial needs are. Is it child care needs that they have? Or do they need to purchase a computer to get through the program? Those are allowable costs that we can take a look at, included in the student's cost of attendance, or what we call the budget, and try to get them the assistance that they need. And that can come in the form of an increased Pell Grant. It can come in the form of increased supplemental grants, as well as combining aid with the Cal Grant programs, work study, and for next year we're looking at going into the Stafford Student Loan Program. So any of those programs, we try to combine those together and give the resources to the students. Our primary goal, obviously, is to get them resources that they don't have to repay. So that is our primary focus, and the student just needs to communicate to us what their needs actually are. If they don't ask for help, we can't assist them, so we want them to know that we're there, that they shouldn't have any type of shyness or be intimidated about the process. We can sit down with them, it's strictly confidential, and let them know what their options are.
And I know this is the time when I say, now get your pencils and papers ready, because we're going to be providing you with those numbers that you can use to contact Delta and Ina and Michael to find out more information about how you can qualify for whether it's loans or just enrolling at Delta College. Now I know, Ina, one of the things that intimidates me, even as I listen to you, is that discussion about Pell Grants and Cal Grants and Stanford this and all these sorts of names that you attach to the various programs that provide funds. And do I have to walk in and say, you know, I'm looking for a Pell Grant, or do I have to know what I need before I walk in?
No, you don't. What you simply need to do is apply. By applying for financial aid, we're going to assume that you want availability to all the programs, and we're going to do our best to match you up with that. So the way a student does apply is to fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as a FAFSA, which we tend to use a lot of acronyms in financial aid, but students, once you start the process, you'll understand what FAFSA means. In order to qualify for a Cal Grant, you also need to have your grade point average verified. And so there is what we call a GPA verification form that needs to be submitted along with the FAFSA by March 2nd every year. That's for Cal Grant requirements. If March 2nd comes along and passes, there's still other financial aid programs available, so we don't want students to get discouraged. They can apply anytime throughout the year. However, January and February are what we consider financial aid awareness months. So we want students to apply early so we can get as many programs to them as we can. Many of the programs are first come, first served, so as we run out of funds, then they're not as likely to qualify for everything, but there is something for everyone, even if it's an enrollment fee waiver that covers the $11 per unit. And if you're going full-time, that could mean $100 to $150 that you can have completely waived, which you can keep in your own pocket, and we can assist you with that.
Wow. And I know, Michael, as you do your outreach efforts, I know the students are going to approach you and ask you about these programs. What are some of the answers that you give them about how to say, what's the easiest way to go about starting the process?
Basically, what we do is work closely with the student to find out what their own individual unique needs are. Some of them don't have any idea what their major might be and that type of thing, so we want to make them aware of all the programs that are available. We have about 100 different certificate programs on campus, and so we can pretty much meet most everyone's needs, whether they're coming to Delta College to earn some job-related skills or an associate degree or transfer requirements to go on directly to a four-year school. We really truly believe we can develop a package for you.
And I think the great thing is that means that just about anybody who comes to Delta can find a way to access financial aid to assist them. And I guess one of the other things I have to toss in is Ina also handles scholarships, don't you, and the awards. And those can total up pretty well as well, can't they, Ina?
Yes, they can. At Delta College, we are fortunate to have quite a large scholarship program. Several hundred scholarships are available to students. And what we do is we encourage students to apply. We try to keep the timelines in line with the Cal Grant deadline, which is March 2nd. Students are encouraged to check out our financial aid website, which is right off the deltacollege.edu website. Link onto that. We have a listing of all the variety of scholarships that cover a vast, areas, including transfer scholarships, various majors in business, computer science, depending on what your field is. And we do give a set limit, so we allow students that they can receive up to $3,000 in Delta College scholarships, but that means there is the potential to receive up to $3,000 on top of everything else in scholarships. We've had several students who've been successful in doing that, and so we strongly encourage them to check with us. We'll give them the information, and we keep one application that they need to fill out for all of them.
Oh, that's great. And I know one of the things we talked about, that's $3,000. I heard that number. That came through loud and clear. And I know one of the great things is that they all aren't needing a 4.0 to qualify.
Exactly. We have a variety of scholarships that are what we consider need-based scholarships, which is looking at the student's financial background versus their academic background. We also have a combination of scholarships that are academic and need-based, so we're looking at both, and then as well as the merit-based or academic-based scholarships. So we try to cover all of those areas because we want to try to cover our students from a variety of backgrounds. You don't necessarily have to have the grades to get a scholarship. We're looking at diverse backgrounds or different situations that the students may be coming from.
And I know one of the things we're talking about is how you might be able to access financial aid. But one of the other things to think about is you may want to put together a scholarship for yourself here at Delta College. There is, I actually have the Roger Waller Book Scholarship in the packet there, but one of the neat things, and it gives me a lot of pleasure to award students that money to help out, whether it's books or whatever. And I know, Michael, I guess that if somebody in the community wants to put in a new scholarship, we're happy to talk to them.
Very happy to talk to them. We're more than happy to work with you to develop the criteria.
Exactly.
Now, one of the things I know as we're talking about outreach activities, I know the web has become really one of the ways that we're trying to reach the community. And I know, Michael, we might want to talk about that www.deltacollege.edu and some of those resources.
That's a very easy way to reach the college, and basically students can log on to the deltacollege.edu website, and from there just follow. It will prompt you along. You can complete your application for admission. You can actually interact and talk to individuals through our counseling department, our financial aid department, through our office. So basically it's a very easy way to stay communicated.
And I guess that term 24/7 works for that Delta College website.
Works very well.
All right, now, Ina, I'm going to put you on the spot. Now, I know I've been seeing you in different meetings, and you talk about the amounts of money, which are very impressive, and the percentage of students who participate. Maybe you can give our audience a feel for maybe the dollars that are involved and the percent of our students who really utilize that money.
Certainly. We know that the Cal Grant is one of the largest state program in the country right now after it was expanded this year, and that Cal Grant can mean up to $9,708 for a student who may be transferring on to a four-year institution. So it's a significant amount of money if you're transferring to help with tuition costs. At Delta College, that Cal Grant can be anywhere from $700 to $1,550 to go to school to pay for books and supplies. That's one small portion. Our Pell Grant, which is the largest grant program in the country under the federal guidelines, can range anywhere from $400 to $4,000 and even higher as budget allocations appropriate for that. So many of our students, and I can say honestly that our average student award package ranges anywhere from $2,800 to $3,500 per student. About 60% of the students here at Delta College receive some source of aid, whether it's a fee waiver to cover their enrollment fees or it's a federal Pell Grant. And we have one of the largest Pell Grant programs in the state right now for providing services to our students.
And I think that those monies make your opportunity of coming to college a lot easier, and it makes Michael's job a lot easier in talking to students, because now those students who are apprehensive feel like there's an opportunity.
Right, the opportunity is there. I mean, I think Ina Hull's department can easily help you find a way to pay for college. It's no longer a barrier.
Exactly, and I know one of the things that we're going to be showing you in a few minutes is a video that's going to outline our financial aid services here. And Ina, you might briefly talk about how that video was developed and what's the goal.
Exactly. Our goal this year was to get the word out to our students about the financial aid opportunities as well as the opportunities that they can have at Delta College. And so the video was designed in mind to go over how do you apply for financial aid, what are the deadlines, what are the programs, and encourage students to apply and not discount themselves. Many families believe that either their income is too high or there are circumstances that they just know they don't qualify or it's complicated and cumbersome. And we wanted to get the word out that no, you do need to apply, that shouldn't be a stigma about asking for help. The cost of education is rising every year, and we know that. And we know that if we can provide some financial assistance to students, it can make the difference between them going part-time or full-time to school. And we know if students can go full-time, they're more likely to complete their education faster, get back out in the workforce, and give back to the community, which is ultimately what we want them to do. So the outreach video was made up and with work with Michael Kearns in his area. We wanted to spread the word. We asked students who are successful in receiving financial aid to participate in the video and talk about it so other students can put real faces to this and say, yes, I can do it and I can receive financial aid, and these are the types of students that do it.
And I hope you're now all excited and see that college is within reach. We're already the best value in town, and now we're going to give you even greater opportunity to attend here at Delta College. I said have those pencils and papers ready. Well, after a brief public service message, we're going to be back with that video that Ina just talked about, and we're going to be providing you with the numbers and names of how to contact the people here at Delta who are going to help you enroll here at Delta College and earn some financial aid. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these public service messages.
Cyberspace, the internet, Delta College, college credit courses, Join us.
Welcome back to Delta College Impact. I'm Roger Waller, your host for today's program. And on the first half of the program, we heard from Michael Kearns, our Director of Outreach and Enrollment, and Ina Hull, our Director of Financial Aid, as we talked about financial aid opportunities here at Delta College. Ina talked about a video that was put together to help inform you about these opportunities. And we're ready to go, and let's roll the tape.
I love it. I feel at home. I actually probably live here. I'm here from 8 to 5. Sometimes I even have night classes, so I'm here all day.
The teachers are really helpful, and they really, like, when you go to class, they really know what they're talking about. They prepare before the class, and they're really helpful. They really try to go all out. You know, if you have any problems, you can always go up to them after class in their office or whatnot. So it's pretty cool.
Man, I love it. It's a great place for students to come and former students to come back and, you know, learn what to do and basically get their education on.
I'm 42 years old, and I really didn't know about the financial aid, you know, and so for the first probably 6 years of my life after high school, I would take classes here at Delta, paying it for it myself, when, you know, all along there was all this money there that I could have tapped into.
There are a variety of reasons why you would want to apply for financial aid. Many students automatically disqualify themselves out of the process, but they also don't understand the real cost associated with going to college. So financial aid can really help absorb some of those costs and make it a real dream or a real situation for a student to go to school.
They prayed for more than what I needed. I mean, most of the time I had money left over to just enjoy.
In our campus are awarding aid to both what I would consider low-income students and middle-income students. So as I would point out to any student, at the very least, if you have even a single dollar of need, that can interpret and become what we call a Board of Governors fee waiver, or a BOG fee waiver. So we can at the very least waive your fees with even $1 of need. There are several different categories of financial aid, and we tend to group them by grants, loans, work-study, and scholarships.
The financial aid, Pell Grants, and Cal Grants helped me through college by helping me pay for a room, board, transportation, clothing, especially my books and supplies for schools.
Students can apply for scholarships at San Joaquin Delta College by using the San Joaquin Delta College Scholarship application. Scholarships are awarded to students in a variety of categories based on major, experience, merit-based, which is the academic progress, or need-based scholarships. Students can also find scholarships by searching the internet through large websites such as fastweb.com or linking on to the finaid.org website to gather more information. A student loan are financial aid resources that must be repaid by the student.
I'm currently working through Federal Work Study. Federal Work Study program, you could either choose an on-campus or off-campus job, and I got an on-campus job, which I'm working in the financial aid office, and it's really good because you get to learn all the clubs and all the organizations and actually get to learn what's on campus.
I did just about as much as I could. I had a Federal Work Study job. I'm receiving a Pell Grant. I was marked as an independent, so I was able to get a lot of help from the state.
Frankly, most of the financial aid is available with the filing of a single application, and it's called the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, also called a FAFSA. Most of the information you're providing in the basic application for the program is covered with that one FAFSA.
Well, pretty much all I had to do was fill out the FAFSA, and I mean, if I had problems with anything, pretty much I just dropped by the financial aid office, and they cleared up, you know, any problems or if I had any questions about filling it out. So it was pretty easy.
That FAFSA can be filed through the traditional snail mail method, which is a 4-page application, or the student can go online through the www.fafsa.ed.gov website. They can also log on to the Delta College website, and we have a link directly. The mail method is perfectly fine provided they give ample time and meet all the deadlines when applying. The application is a 4-part process. We recommend that our students take the FAFSA paper application, fill it out first, and then sit down and go online and enter that data because it will follow the same process. The application is going to ask for basic demographic information such as your name, your address, and your social security number. It will also ask for key financial information for the student and the parents' information if it's necessary, as well as what campus they plan to go to and where they plan to live while going to school. Are you planning on living at home with your parents? Or if you're an independent student, will you be living off campus or in the dorms at the institution?
Do apply for financial aid. The free application for federal student aid is just that. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything but a little time to fill out the form. And if it gains you nothing more here at San Joaquin Delta than a fee waiver, then it is well worth the time spent to fill it out. Don't count yourself out. Every student should apply and should not make assumptions about their eligibility. It doesn't cost you anything but an application.
The EOPS is an extended opportunity programs for students. It's a pretty helpful income when you receive it, you know. And every semester you do good and have straight A's, they'll give you extra money.
This is cash. It means cash awards in many cases, and it means other types of awards. We want you to succeed in getting financial aid. We want you to be able to qualify for as much aid as possible, and we're going to help you all that we can.
Resources and money should no longer be an issue for students. There is something out there for everyone, and if you have the desire to go to college, then don't let the cost of education get in the way. You just need to apply and ask for help.
Delta College is fully prepared and ready to take you to the next level with an outstanding selection of academic degree programs. Choose from programs including education, engineering, agriculture, business, and computer science.
My name is Joseph Montes, and I'm an instructor for English as a second language. Going really well. Our classes are really full. I'm really excited. I got a lot of good groups, a lot of people from many different cultures and diversities and ethnicities, and they're really working hard to learn a second language and also learn a second culture. It means English as a second language. So any person who has a deficiency in learning a second language, they would come to Delta College to learn English as a second language or improve their language to the point where they're more English proficient and they can communicate with people and go into the regular courses and hopefully complete all their endeavors and dreams that they want. Another thing that I'd like to be proud to say is with our Child Development Center, that's really helped our students who come that have dependent children to bring them here. They can go to the Child Development Center and they can take classes, and then they pick up their children and go home, which works very well.
the child care services here are good. I like the way they teach with the kids and they do different things with the kids.
We offer a developmentally appropriate curriculum so that kids have a lot of different things to do while they're here. And these are activities and projects that are appropriate for them, that they enjoy and that they have fun doing and learn something from too. We have fees for childcare. They are posted, but we also have a number of free or low-cost programs available to families that qualify. We have a very safe facility. We do have cameras on all of our entrances and exits. Our staff are very qualified and have a great deal of experience working with children. And I think go over and above to make sure our program is safe and quality for our families.
At Delta College, the enrollment process is easy and affordable. We'll take you through it step by step. Complete an admissions application form and turn it in to the Admissions and Records Office. Or fill out the online application by visiting the Delta College website. Academic assessments consist of measuring reading, English, and mathematics skills prior to registration. This helps to ensure the proper selection of your courses. If you have time, it would be wise to sign up for a campus orientation class. You may also wish to make an appointment to meet with a counselor for academic, career, or personal counseling. A counselor will help you develop a student educational plan and identify support service that you may need to achieve your goals. Register for classes via telephone or the internet registration system. You're ready for college.
These programs offer almost immediate employment. They are served by outstanding instructors having experience and a special desire to make their students succeed.
We want them to have those options, and that's what financial aid does. It gives you options. It gives you the option to go to college, and it gives you the option to stay in and complete college and go on to a nice career. And ultimately, we want to see them all in a great career.
Well, I think you've now seen the tape, and get those pencils and paper ready, because now we're going to give you the contact information. You can contact Michael Kearns here at Delta College or call him at 954-5859, and also call him to arrange a campus tour. You can contact Ina Hull here at Delta College by calling her at 954-5114. I hope you've seen all the excitement and opportunities that exist here at Delta College. Thank you, Michael and Ina, and we look forward to seeing you here at Delta College. Thanks for watching.